Hey, 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 Dons and Divas, trying to set up. I'm just going live on all platforms just to see how this is going to work and play out. So let me get that ready. Let me get this ready. Let me get on everything. Yes, yes, yes. I am alive. I am live on Facebook. I am live on YouTube. All right now. I am live on what's this? Instagram. I'm live on Instagram. Okay. All right. Okay. And now I am live on TikTok. Okay. I am live Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, or everything. I'm live on everything, y'all. I'm live on everything. Yes. Okay, I am live on everything. Okay? Queens is not a real place. Queens is not a real place. You better ask somebody. Queens ain't a real place? What they say? They say Queens ain't a real place. That's what they say. Queens ain't a real place, y'all. I can't see myself on this one. I don't know what's going on here on Facebook. But Queens ain't a real place. Okay, let me just tell y'all a little something about me, about my, Let me just tell y'all a little something about me. Let me tell y'all a little something about me. Queens ain't a real place. When I'm talking about Queens, I'm talking about Queens, New York, Queens, New York City. Queens ain't a real place. It's not a real place. Okay. I was born and raised in Brooklyn. Okay. Born and raised in Brooklyn. In particular, Bed-Stuy. I was born and raised in Bed-Stuy. But in any case, and I have lived in Brooklyn all my life with a few interludes, a few little interludes, college. I was a personal chef, now own my own bakery. So yes, I have been to the continent of Africa. I have been to of course North America, South America, and traveling abroad. Like I said, I also in college, I did study abroad. So, but I always came back to Brooklyn. Always came back to Brooklyn. Okay. Now I live in Brooklyn and in Queens. Okay. Okay. Now I live in Brooklyn and in Queens. So, yeah, I found out Queens ain't a real place. Queens is not a real place. And for all you who live in Queens, New York, come on in and try to tell me that Queens is a real place. Because I'm about to tell y'all how I know for a fact Queens is not a real place. Okay? Queens is not a real place. All right? But I'm going to tell you now on Facebook, I do a lot of lives on Facebook. So I'm going to do this spiel I'm about to do. Facebook already know it. Facebook already know the spiel I am about to do. But everybody else, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube aren't used to the spiel. But Facebook is used. So here's the spiel. I don't claim to be a coach or guru of any sorts. Not a fitness guru, not a finance guru, not a marriage guru, not a dating guru. Oh, this thing is moving around because I'm moving, it's moving. All right, you better go ahead. Go ahead. You better go ahead. Okay, all right. I have a bachelor's degree with a concentration in finance. Okay? 2 places. Condo in Queens, and I have an apartment in Brooklyn. Now, I will quickly tell y'all why I still have the place in Brooklyn, because I really want to go back to Brooklyn. But the condo, I have to live in it for a year. Y'all know, for y'all that, have y'all own houses, condos and stuff like that, and with the, with HUD and all that other kind of stuff. Y'all know y'all have to live in it for a year. You have to live in the place for a year, and then after that, then you can rent it out or whatever you want to do with it. But you have to live in it for a year. That's part of the stipulation. So that's the reason I am here in this place that is not a real place called Queens. You understand what I'm saying? I'm in this place that's not a real place called Queens. So we're going to start out with the actual factuals, okay? We're going to start out YouTube here, and we're going to start out with the actual factuals. Facebook, we're going to start out with the actual factuals. And off of this right here, y'all ain't going to be able to challenge me on the fact that Queens is not a real place. What does that say? Swipe what? I don't know. But anyway, okay, so now, Brooklyn. We're going to start out with the Postal Service. Brooklyn. Now, when you write to Brooklyn, okay, or when you write your, write to somebody else. If you're in Brooklyn and you write to somebody else, you have your address in Brooklyn, right? What you have? You have your street number, the street name. Then after that, you might have apartment building, might not have apartment building, or studio, or suite, or whatever it is. Then you have Brooklyn, New York, and the zip code, right? No matter where you live in Brooklyn, you have that, okay? Right or wrong. For all y'all that live in New York City, right or wrong. Please tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong, okay? All right, so stay with me. Now, when you go to Manhattan, you live in Manhattan. Now, I already know that you got them Harlem people that's going to sit there and say Harlem is his own place and now Manhattan is his own place. But we talking about how the Postal Service looks at it. We already know Harlem uptown, you know what I'm saying? We already know y'all want to be your own whatever. But y'all are Manhattan, okay? So when you live in Manhattan, right? You have your street number, right? You have your street name, and then after that, you might have apartment or suite or whatever. But then you have New York, right? And then they write New York again. Why? Because the city's so nice they had to say it twice. New York. All right, we know that, right? We know that. And then you have your zip code. Stay with me. Okay? And then you have your zip code. And now that you have that, okay, that's how it is. When the letters, whatever, coming in, going out, that's how it is. Somebody write you, that's how it is in Manhattan. New York, zip code. Now, let's go on over to Staten Island. Now, they give Staten Island a bad rep, but at the end of the day, we do have Wu-Tang Clan. Okay, Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing with. Okay, we have Wu-Tang Clan. All right, so Staten Island gets their props off of Wu-Tang Clan. All right, so okay, we ain't okay. All right. Even though most of the other boroughs, we be trying to front and we trying to hate on Staten Island, but at the end of the day, okay, Staten Island, Wu-Tang Clan. Now, we all know that many of the Wu-Tang Clan is not actually from Staten Island. They more from Brooklyn and we ain't gonna go there. But point blank, the group as a whole, Staten Island, right? Staten Island, right? So when you write, okay, you live in Staten Island and you write down what you're gonna write down. You're gonna write down your street number, right? You're gonna write down your street number. Then you're gonna write down your the street name. Then you're gonna write down apartment or suite, whatever. Then you're gonna write down Staten Island, New York, zip code, right? Staten Island, New York, zip code. That's what you're gonna write. Somebody write you write them, whatever the case may be. That's what it is. Let's go to the Bronx. Uptown, baby, where they get down, baby. Now, most people don't like, if you live in Brooklyn, you don't like the Bronx, and vice versa. The Bronx don't like Brooklyn. You know how we give it up. Y'all know how we give it up. But that's not what we're talking about. We talking about the postal service, postal zip code. Okay. So now you in the Bronx. You live in the Bronx. So what you gonna write? You're gonna write your street number, street name, right? You're gonna write your street name, street number, then apartment, suite, whatever. Then what you gonna write down next? Bronx, New York, zip code. Okay. Now y'all with me with all of that? With all that, y'all with me?